Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to the 90-day business launch call. We have another great call planned for you today. As you get on here, let us know where you're coming in from. We have people jumping on right now. We have first one on the call. Shout out to Sharon Amala in Auburn, Washington. So congratulations for being the first to jump on him and say hello to us. We have Boston team joining. Stan, you didn't get number one spot this time, but Stan's right up there. Dallas, Texas, California, Maryland, Tempe, Minnesota, California, lots of California. Canada's in the house. Oklahoma City, Lehigh, Utah, Nevada, Billings, Montana, all over the country, all over, well, not only the country, we've got Canadians in here. Sometimes we have some Australians jump on. It's a lot of fun to be on these calls. So thank you for jumping on. Thanks for being on this beautiful Wednesday morning. At least it's beautiful in Idaho Falls. It's like 85 degrees, perfect weather. So it's pretty nice over here. I'm sure it looks nice in Dallas. You can see the skyline. Looks pretty nice over there as well. So welcome. All right. So before we get started, a couple of things here. I will, as you know, I do this every call, but if you're looking at your chat group and you see at the bottom, there's a little box, and that little box, it's blue and it says either all panelists or it says all panelists and attendees. If your little blue box says all panelists, change it so that it says all panelists and attendees. That way, all of us can see what you're saying. And we love to have you guys talk in the chat. We love getting your feedback. So it's great to see you. We just want to make sure that it's not just myself and the Stallards seeing you, but everybody on the call is seeing your comments. So thanks again for being on. We're going to get this kicked off right now. We have a couple of quick things here. First of all, some recognition. The Drive with 5 is coming to a close. We are 4 days away from the end of this. And we have a lot of teams who are qualified, and we have a lot of teams who are 10 points away, 20 points away, 30 points away, still very much within reaching range of getting the $2,500 prize. So I want to congratulate the following teams who have already qualified for the $2,500, which means $500 per team member. First of all, BTT, Berry Team Turkey. This is a team that is combined with a U.S. leader and a couple of Turkey leaders. Congratulations to them for qualifying for the $2,500. Congratulations to Team Triumph. Congratulations to the Freedom Warriors. Congratulations to Hearts on Fire, as well as the Bay Area Legacy Builders, all qualified for the $2,500 prize. And then we have a couple teams that are just right there. I know they're going to push over the edge to get that prize. Tsunami Latino, Dust to Diamonds, Hustlin' Honeys, and Girls on Fire, all within shouting range of qualifying for that prize. So congratulations to each one of you. You're doing a great job. It's been a really fun contest, and we can't wait to see who the winners are. Remember, we have 5 teams who win and 5 individuals who win this contest. So it's coming up soon. Also, the Potato Pack Pallet Promotion. We have a lot of teams really driving for this pallet promotion. This is where you can have a pallet of potato packs sent to your local area, to the charity that you choose, as long as your team donates 6,000 servings. So the Stallards could have one sent to Dallas, or you can have one sent to Boston, or you can have one sent to Utah, wherever that you might be. If your team gathers that many donations, you can have one sent to your local area. So it's a lot of fun. That's going to go all the way through August. So that's just started. We have a month left plus a few days. So keep pushing for those potato packs. We really appreciate it. As you know, a lot of people are in need of that. We took some stuff to the food bank here in Idaho, and they said that this time of year is the hardest on individuals because a lot of people donate during the holidays, but not as many people donate during the summer months. So if you have an opportunity to get some potato packs to people in need, I know you guys, I know everyone on here has the heart to do it, and we'd love to see potato packs all over the country. So with that being said, I am so excited to welcome our guest speakers on the call. These individuals, they've been with Kyani for 5 years. They just crossed the $2 million club. That means that they have earned over $2 million in the time that they have been here. It has been absolutely amazing to see what they've done with the business, but it's also been a lot of fun to see their family develop. They have a beautiful little girl, Stassi, and I think she has her own Instagram. She's so popular. They have a lot of things going on, but I'm so excited for the leadership that they bring to Kyani and for the message that they're about to share. So I want to welcome onto the call, Green Diamonds, Miles and Heidi Stallard.
Hi, Skylar. Thank you so much for having us on. We're super excited to be here. I think we're both still giggling about Stassi's Instagram, which needs to be updated, by the way, so no judgment. But thank you for having us on the call. We're really excited to be here today.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, I think today we're gonna touch base with you guys, kind of talking about our why and really, you guys, the evolution of our journey, because I want you to understand first and foremost that this is an evolution. Like, you are literally the kind of person that is going to become the kind of leader that you want. So I want you to know that is that we didn't start out as $2 million earners in Kyani. If you guys don't know our background, Miles and I actually met in the bar and nightclub industry here in Dallas, working at a club in downtown. You know, he was a bartender, I was a cocktail, and you know, at that time, we kind of connected on the vision that we didn't want that long term, and we kind of had an idea for what we wanted out of life. In fact, if you guys don't know the story of Miles and I's first date, he knew exactly what he wanted in life. He's mortified right now. But you guys, it starts with having a vision, and it starts with having a clear why. And I will tell you guys is that, you know, our first date, if you don't know, he had a list of things that he wanted in a wife, and he didn't know I was going to mention that. But honestly, you guys, it does. It starts with a very clear why. And it started for us years prior to even getting started in Kyani. And knowing exactly what we wanted in a family, what we wanted our faith walk to look like, what we wanted our marriage to look like from day one, literally, and kind of who we wanted to be as people. You know, we had this vision of what we wanted to become, and that is really what propelled us forward, and ultimately what led Miles to make the very first decision to actually get started here. So I will tell you guys, when we first got started in Kyani, our number one why, and I'll let you kind of elaborate on this in just a moment, was that we wanted out of what we were already in. At that time, Miles was working crazy hours, 80, 90 hours a week. I was still in the bar and nightclub industry, working full-time, 40, 50 hours a week. I was going to school full-time as well. So as you can imagine, we were both burning the candle at both ends. You know, we were at a point in our life where we were supposed to be graduating college and just getting a start on life and like really beginning the journey. And what we felt like was we had kind of come to a dead stop. You know, and I know that many of you guys that are on this call, whether you're young 18, 19-year-olds, or maybe you're 80, 90-year-old, right? You are probably at a point where you're just you're looking for that breaking point. And for us, that's what Kyani was. And that's ultimately where our why began, was wanting out of what we were already in and having that clear vision. Of course, that's evolved over the years, but before I talk too much, I'll kind of throw it back over to you in case you wanted to add anything onto that before I continue.
Well, I really don't have anything to add to that, because that's really kind of spot on with what I was going to say. You know, when I very first joined this business, and let me tell you guys now too, when I first joined, Heidi was not on board at all. Okay, she did something back in the day, didn't have a very good experience with it, and so she wanted nothing to do with the industry. So whenever I very first brought this to her, it actually was a very turbulent time in our relationship, because, well, why don't you tell that story, and then I'll go back and yeah, you're better at it.
Well, just to be really honest with you guys, I didn't believe in network marketing. I didn't believe in the industry as a whole. And I had originally said no, and that's what I will tell you guys, is that Miles had a very clear why. So a lot of times in the industry, we talk about, you know, your why has to be so strong that it makes you cry, because when your why is strong enough, the how-to becomes easy. And I actually don't like the fact that we say maybe the how-to becomes easy, but the how-to becomes manageable or bearable, or you're at least able, it becomes necessary. That's a great way to put it. You know, and that's what I think a lot of people fail to understand, is that, you know, anybody that goes out, and I posted about this on my social media yesterday, is anybody that goes out and goes to pursue a big dream, you know, there are people that are going to be crabs in a bucket. And what I mean by that is, as soon as you go out to start to pursue a big dream, there's going to be people, and oftentimes the people that love and care for you the most, that are going to want to try to pull you back into your comfort zone, or more importantly, maybe even into their comfort zone. And that's exactly what I did to him. I was that crab in a bucket. Where when he was trying to escape, even if it was for the benefit of our relationship and our vision, I was just uncomfortable with that. And some of you guys have those people in your life. And what I will tell you guys is that everybody goes through it. Everybody goes through it. It is a necessary part of the process. And because Miles had a clear why, there was nothing that was going to deflect him off of the path of pursuing what he truly wanted for us. And ultimately what ended up happening was I got to a point where I realized I was going to graduate with my degree. It didn't guarantee me a job. And the worst part about the best case scenario is I landed a good job and I was actually going to make less money than I was bartending. So that as soon as I realized that, I started to take a look, because Miles had already stayed true and clear and already had some success. But what I will tell you guys is that every top leader in the company has gone through something that is turbulent or troublesome, or other people that have maybe even made them second guess what they've seen for a second, right? Their vision. And the why is so important, because it's going to be that driving force that continues to push you through, you guys. Like, when you know what is on the other side of that, like when you know that accomplishing your why is so that you can stay home with your family, or so that you can contribute to a cause that you care about, or so that you can pay off those student loans or credit card debts, or so that you can go out and you can have a new paid for car, or pay for the dream home, or fund the project that you want to pursue. When you know that your why, like that you accomplishing your why is like, when you know the why and it's clear, it doesn't matter if somebody laughs at your dream. It doesn't matter if somebody doesn't believe in you. It doesn't matter if they think that your success journey is silly, or if they don't believe in it, because you believe in it. And so all of these little things that happen and pop up, these distractions, these naysayers, these negative Nellies, these people who don't believe in you, these people that are trying to hold you back, all of these different things that pop up become irrelevant. Because what's ultimately more important to you? Is it going to be the fact that you want to be that stay-at-home mom for your children and be that spouse that's able to bring your spouse home from their corporate 9 to 5, or whatever that dream is for you? Or does that matter to you more than people's opinions? Because I'm sure it does. And when the why is clear, like Miles said, the how to becomes incredibly necessary, and it does evolve. So I'll let you kind of take that from there.
Yeah, so here's, I did this on a training, I think, like 2 days ago, maybe it was yesterday. No, 2 days ago. And what I want you guys to do real quick is ask yourself, okay, name 3 things, just 3 things that is holding you back right now in your business. Name 3 things that you believe is what's holding you back in this business, okay? And I'm going to give you guys a couple of seconds to think about this, because this is going to be really going off of what Heidi was just saying, and it's so important to understand your why for this specific reason. And I want y'all to understand why knowing your why is so important. So you named your 3 things. Now, if you look at your 3 things, the chances are, unless you literally just joined the business, okay, but the chances are any of those 3 things, or all of those 3 things, are going to come down to simply a decision. Okay, it's most of the time it's not going to be a skill set. It's not going to be like, well, I'm just not. It's not going to be a skill set. It's going to be a decision. It's going to be, maybe you're not waking up early enough to create the time. So a lot of people say, well, I just don't have the time. Well, no, you're just not creating the time. You do have the time. Everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. It's how you manage that time. It's how you operate within those time periods. Now, it may be you don't have the time, right, which is simply a decision. It may be, you're scared to talk to people, which that's a decision, right? Everything, all 3 of those things are simply a decision on what's holding you back. Now all those things too ultimately come down to your comfort zone. See, a lot of us confuse what our comfort zone is. A lot of us think, oh, your comfort zone is scared to public speak, something that makes you nervous, makes you scared, right? But reality is comfort zone is a whole lot more than that. Your comfort zone is maybe waking up early, getting uncomfortable to wake up early to do the things that's necessary. Maybe going to the gym, right? That's something that we do every single day. And I will tell you, a lot of people think that I love going to the gym. A lot of people think that, we're gym rats, which we are kind of, but not because we want to, it's because we know it's necessary. And I will tell you, it's getting out of your comfort zone, right? Now, if you know your why and your why is strong enough, your comfort zone becomes obsolete. Your comfort zone is irrelevant. See, when I very first got started, I saw the vision. I mean, I saw what was possible. I knew what I wanted. Like Heidi was saying, whenever we very first went on our date, I literally had in my phone a list of everything that I was looking for in a wife, right? Because personally, she did make the cut. And I don't waste time, right? Like, and I knew what I wanted. I knew what was possible. I knew what was out there, right? And so I knew my why. Same thing going into this business is I knew what I wanted in this business whenever I saw the proof of how real this really was. And let me tell you guys, when Heidi was talking about, the negative naysayers, the negativity that you do come across, you guys hear me train on this all the time. You have to have grit. Travis Garza, when he very first trained on grit at our Team Fusion homecoming event, it was such an eye opener, because that is the perfect word for what you have to have in this business. Is you have to have grit. But in order to have that grit, in order to have that tenacity, in order to go all in, all out, massive action, bulletproof, doesn't matter what anybody says, you have to understand what you want and why you're doing this business. Because I will tell you that whenever I first started, I talked to so many people just to hit the rank of J. Okay, and I will tell you that all of my best friends thought I was absolutely nuts, thought I was crazy. In fact, I got to tell my very first PBR story because this is powerful. And it's funny, and it's a joke on her because, it's a joke on you. So when my very first 6 business partners that came into my organization, throughout the day, I was at work, I was on my phone, I was going to the bathroom, I was sneaking off to literally build this business, which I do recommend, but I don't think I'm allowed to recommend that. So, I was telling all my friends, hey, be at my house, 6 o'clock, you gotta check this thing out. All of them are like, no way, no how, I'm not doing it, you're crazy, blah, 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 blah. Finally, I got them to just get over to my house. I was going to drive them to Dallas, but this time we were about 45 minutes outside of Dallas to meet up with James Bradford. And finally, they all meet at my house, all 6 of my friends, right? And these are all like the closest people to me. And Heidi, girlfriend at the time, literally told every single one of them, if you guys do this, y'all are stupid. Literally told all of them, my very first 6 people, that this was before, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so she literally tells them that they're stupid. And they're all like, yeah, we know Miles is crazy. He's just excited, whatever, right? Well, we get in the car anyways. By the end of the night, every single one of them joined the business. But the reason why I say that is, guys, I had everything against me. A lot of people think because we hit these ranks really quickly and that, we really grew fast. It was because we were non-negotiable. It was because we were bulletproof. It was because we weren't afraid to get out of our comfort zone, because we knew what was necessary, because our why was strong enough. Now, what I do want to bring up too is how your why can transition, how your why can evolve, how your why can become something more or something different. When I very first got started, the reason why that I joined this business really was the financial freedom. I mean, I saw so many people having so much success, and I saw the exotic cars. And keep in mind, I was 24 at the time, and I was doing really well, in the claims world and the insurance world. But I wasn't where I wanted to be, and I saw an opportunity to not just live a life, but really to do something so much more, so much bigger, to provide more than just that white picket fence, that I always dreamed of growing up. I saw a way to that could just be my getaway home, you know what I mean? And I'm like, this is powerful, right? But I will tell you, my why has evolved not from what I want personally, but from the people in my organization. It's my why now. And I say this whenever I do my presentations, because I want people to understand the most beautiful part about this business is not what this can do for you, but it's what this can do for other people. And you guys have heard your leaders say, if not, like I'll speak for them right now. There is nothing more powerful, more exciting, more beautiful than seeing your team walk the stage at ranks that have changed their life, or lives that have been changed because of what these products are doing. Like, the reason why I build Kyani now is not for any personal gain at all. The reason why I build Kyani now is because the thank yous and the text messages and the calls that I get every single day, that's what drives me. I mean, it's the most exciting thing in the world when you wake up to somebody saying, you know, you changed my life simply because you said yes, or you changed my life because you introduced somebody who introduced me to this business. Like, that simple butterfly effect of you saying yes to this business has changed so many lives, and that's how my why has evolved. And I kind of speak for Heidi too, because if you guys know anything about Heidi, she literally puts the world on her back and puts the world in front of her before she ever does anything for herself. She's like literally the most servant person in the world. And that's because she has a heart of gold, and she's always, always, always looking for ways to improve somebody else's life. Like, she's always trying to make everybody else's life better, no matter what. And so I'll let you go ahead and talk about your one.
Well, if I can stop from crying, that is. I'm like, thank you, sweetheart. And honestly, guys, Miles is the same. That's why we probably do so well, because he's the people's champ. You know, I'm the one that kind of loves people, but Miles is the one that fights tooth and nail, and that has shown up because of his why evolving, you know, because in the beginning of him fighting tooth and nail for his vision for our family, his, you know, fighting for tooth and nail for people. When they don't have the fight left in him, you really do that. So I just want to commend him on that too, you guys, because he deserves it. But what I'll tell you guys is when I got started in this, like, for me, I didn't have a big goal. Like, it was kind of Miles' thing. So if you're like a couple on the line, you might have that experience. And that's kind of how I felt. I was like, you know, it's cute, like his thing. Like, yeah, I'll make some money with it. But like, I just wanted to make an extra $500 for myself. You know, I was at a point where I was wanting to transition out of the bar industry into what I call the big girl job using my degree, but I wasn't going to actually be able to afford being able to do that without continuing to bartend a couple nights a week. Just to make ends meet on my end. And I knew that if I could have $500 a month coming in, that would free me to where I could have a big girl job, work a 9 to 5, and then, you know, potentially work towards, you know, eventually starting a family, things like that. I didn't want to continue working nighttime when my future husband was going to be working what I thought would be a normal 9 to 5 as well. I didn't want to have to split that time. And so for me, eventually I got $500 a month, and my vision and my belief grew, because what I'll tell you guys too is as you continue to evolve in this business, as you continue to grow and blossom, you're going to have a bigger belief system about yourself, about the company, about the products, about the team, about the support, about the corporate staff, about your leaders, about the world. You just start to believe bigger. And so as soon as I accomplished that goal, my next goal is $1,500, because at the time we were dating, and that was going to take care of, you know, if I could hit Sapphire and I could have my car paid for and $1,500 a month, that would cover like my portion of the bills, and we would have a little bit left over. And, you know, that was good for me. So that was my next goal, because my job was incredibly toxic at the time. I was working with really negative people. I mean, I know people will be like, my soul feels like it's being sucked out of me every time I go to work. Like, no, I really felt like my soul was being sucked out of me. It was literally draining the life out of me. It was putting me in a bad mind every day. It was definitely not something that I felt called to do. I felt like it was quite the opposite, and I felt like I was being called to get out of that, and Kyani became that way for me. And so at that point, once I just really became obedient to that, that's when I really started to have success, because like Miles said, you know, I made the decision to be obedient to what I felt like I was called to do. And you know, that's really what it is, guys. It's like, it's not about the skill set, it's about the decision. And so that was my why. Well, obviously since that, you guys, we've exceeded that. So really, yes, it is the thank yous that we get every day. And we tell our team this all the time, that we love you guys. We love everybody in Kyani. We appreciate all of the leaders that have come before us and laid the groundwork. And we appreciate all the ones that come in behind us and show us new ways and keep us inspired. I mean, it's incredible. But what I will tell you guys is that today, what my why is really just about becoming all that I've been called to be, and allowing people to feel like they can do the same thing. You know, I would say a big point of it right now is being able to just create. That is my biggest why. I feel so inspired by Kyani that it's amazing how when you have time and freedom together, you can create whatever you want. You can become the kind of person, whatever you want. And so that fires me up to be able to wake up in the day and to just have a vision for what I want. And, setting, like last weekend, I took a weekend just to come up with some new goals, writing down, I was supposed to write down 101. I ended up now in the 192. Just different things that I like. I love the fact that Kyani allows us to dream again. Whether it's, taking your family to Germany on a trip, or maybe it's paying off that debt, or whatever it is, guys, like your why will evolve. And that is what inspires me today, is I know what Kyani has done for our life, and it makes me so jacked up. Like I literally am sweating right now because I love the fact that we can help people go out and do that. So essentially your why is always going to be something outside of yourself. Yeah, it might be a monetary milestone, but what it's really going to mean is something so much more. So I think monetary milestones are good markers, but there's always going to be something fueling the vision behind what that represents. And our baby's crying. So that's what I'll tell you guys, is like, that's what excites me today. And that's what gets me so pumped up. And what I will tell you guys, I'll have a quick little leadership little snippet for y'all, is, a lot of the times we say in this business, like the lifeblood of lifeblood of your team is in the new blood, meaning like, new people is what is going to keep your organization thriving. But what I will tell you guys is like, your lifeblood is in the new blood. Listen to me. Your lifeblood, your inspiration, your passion, your drive is going to be in the new blood. So if you're an uninspired person that's on this call, go dig down in your organization and ask somebody what their why is. Because when some mom is coming to you and they're crying because they want time with their family, trust me, you're going to get fired up. When you see a dad that's traveling all the time and isn't able to spend time with his, his parents who are getting older, you're going to get freaking fired up. When you see somebody that has been so suppressed by their lack of knowledge of freedom or whatever it is, or has been so just, their whole being is like compromised because they have been forced to fit in this box, and you can deliver them a message of hope, the promise of a better life through wellness and opportunity, trust me, you will get fired up. So if you don't know what your why is, if you're searching for something that's going to inspire you enough to take action, what I will recommend is you go do the work. You go dig in the organization. You start to get to know your people. You start to love on your people. You start to get to know their hearts. You start to get to know their why, and you find out what is it that drives them in the business. Because I promise you, every single time you have one of those conversations, you will be a better leader. Your organization will be changed. You will be so fired up, you can't sleep, and you're going to be able to stay continuously inspired and fired up every single day to build this business, you guys. It doesn't matter where you're at in your journey. You just need to find out why. Doesn't matter where you're at. You're just going to need to find out why and let that be the propelling force. I know you're looking at me. It makes me all nervous, but I'm literally shaking because I truly feel that in my hardest of hearts, you guys. And I hope that you understand that. But thank you so much. I'll go ahead and back to my sweet and patient husband.
No, I really don't have much more to say than that. We hear our baby. She's calling for us right now, and yeah. So, but here's what I want you guys to understand. If you guys have kids, the number one thing that you can do as a parent is show your kids winning. Show your kids never quitting. Showing your kids what grit and tenacity is. And that is a major, major, major driving force in my business. Is I want to see my little girl walk in our footsteps and never give up on her dreams and to make something happen. So thank you guys so much. Mr. Skylar Stephenson, my man, I'm going to give it back to you, sir. Thank you so much for all that you do. Thank you to the corporate team. Mr. Carl Taylor, Travis Garden, thank y'all so much for everything. If it wasn't for you guys, none of this would be possible. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, Miles and Heidi. I love hearing from you guys, and now Stassi gets to be part of it. I've been able to watch the Stallards' journey as they've come from this brand new married couple to now they have this beautiful family, and it's inspiring to see not only the leadership that they have within Kyanie, but just the examples they are for others. As parents and as couples. I think they're just amazing people. So if you loved what Miles and Heidi said, put some hearts in the chat. Let them know that you appreciated them. I did see someone while Heidi was speaking said, "I'm legit ugly crying." I thought, well, she must have made a difference. And you guys do. You make a difference in a lot of people's lives. So we truly appreciate you and what you bring to Kyanie. I'll just close. I don't have any other announcements today, but next week we will be here. Month end is coming up. Finish strong. Make sure you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's and making sure that if you have those rank advancements on the line for your team members or for yourself, that you're letting your upline know so that they can help, they can dive in, and that you can reach all the goals that you want to reach. So thank you so much, everyone. We'll be here next week, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. I want to thank Miles and Heidi Stallard, and have a great day, everyone. Bye.